alone, but by the depth of strategy and the will to act when the time is perfect. Imagine the moment they realize it, the shock, the disbelief, the overwhelming clarity of what they ignored, what they underestimated, what they dismissed. Their world will tilt, their certainty will crumble, and the illusion they lived in will shatter, and you will stand, not as a victim, not as a shadow, not as someone they thought they could contain, but as the force that was always there, quietly, patiently, inevitably rising. Theirs is the surprise. Yours is the inevitability. And inevitability is a power no one can resist, no one can escape, no one can undo. Every setback you endured was not a defeat. Every obstacle was not a wall. Every dismissal, every betrayal, every moment of ridicule was a stepping stone, a lesson, a tool. You have used them to refine your strategy, to sharpen your mind, to steel your resolve. They never imagined that the very acts meant to weaken you were building you into something unstoppable. And now, the moment of reckoning approaches. They will see it in the collapse of their assumptions, in the dismantling of their confidence, in the undeniable reality that what they ignored has now become the force that determines their world. You are the storm that was underestimated, the shadow that was unseen, the mind that was ignored. And in the stillness before your revenge strikes, feel the power of inevitability, the weight of preparation, the thrill of clarity. They never saw it coming. They could not see it, and when it hits, it will be more than surprise. It will be the undeniable truth that every underestimation, every slight, every doubt they held about you was their undoing. You will move with precision. You will strike with inevitability. You will rise not in anger, but in purpose. You will act not for recognition, but for balance. And when the moment arrives, they will feel what it means to ignore a force that grows quietly, patiently, and deliberately until the exact moment the world demands its recognition. Your revenge is the proof that the underestimated, the ignored, the overlooked can rise, can strike, can redefine everything that was thought permanent. And they will never forget it. They never imagined the depth of your patience, the sharpness of your mind, the inevitability of your rise. While they celebrated their imagined victories, you were not lost. You were gathering, observing, calculating, shaping. Every careless word they spoke, every fleeting glance they offered, every arrogance-laden act, they did not realize they were leaving fingerprints, leaving clues, leaving pieces of themselves to be used in the ultimate unraveling of their world. And now, every small moment they overlooked has become your advantage. Every doubt they cast on your abilities, every snide remark, every act of exclusion, these are the building blocks of your revenge, the mortar of inevitability, the foundation of the force they never foresaw. There is a beauty in this process, in the quiet cultivation of power. There is an elegance in the strategy that moves unseen, untouched, unnoticed. There is a satisfaction in knowing that while they slept in confidence, you were awake in preparation, readying for a day they cannot anticipate, a moment they cannot control, a reckoning they will never escape. Their ignorance is your ally. Their arrogance is your guide. Their complacency is your advantage. And when your revenge hits, it will not merely be a reaction. It will be a revelation, a transformation of everything they believed into nothingness, a moment of absolute clarity where they understand the price of dismissal, the cost of underestimation, the consequence of ever assuming someone as capable as you could be ignored. The world they inhabit is built on illusion. Their confidence is a mask. Their security is a fragile wall. Their victories are temporary. And yet, they move through it as if untouchable, as if untouchability was guaranteed by circumstance, by luck, by charm, by position. They do not realize that every empire built on false certainty is vulnerable. They do not realize that arrogance blinds the mind, and blindness leaves one open to the inevitable. They never saw you coming because they refused to see. And in their refusal, in their ignorance, in their arrogance, you have been moving, shaping, preparing, becoming the force that will dismantle their world piece by piece, without mercy, without hesitation, without flaw. Do not be tempted to reveal yourself too soon. The greatest victories are not announced. They are inevitable. The greatest strikes are not loud. They are precise. The greatest revenge is not about chaos. It is about clarity. And clarity, wielded with patience and strategy, is unstoppable. Every day you have endured, every insult you have suffered, every mockery you have withstood has been converted into knowledge, into strength, into an arsenal that now belongs solely to you. Pain meets purpose. They'll see strength that came from scars. They'll see grace that came from grief. And deep down they'll whisper to themselves, "That's karma," because it finally hit them. Their karma didn't come as punishment. It came as a person. It came as you. And you are not just someone's karma. You are someone's reminder that light cannot be buried. You are the voice the universe uses to balance what was once unfair. You are the calm after their chaos, the peace after their noise, the closure they will never find in words. You don't have to look back anymore, because everything that was meant for you stayed, and everything that wasn't crumbled under its own weight. The truth is, the world spins back to fairness eventually. The seeds of every choice bloom in time. Kindness grows into blessings, and cruelty grows into regret. And when that time comes, it doesn't scream. It just appears, quietly, like you, with a steady heart and a knowing smile. Because real justice doesn't need applause, it needs patience. Real power doesn't show off, it shows up. So breathe. You made it through the storm they thought would drown you. You built yourself from nothing but faith in fragments. You became the very thing that can't be touched by betrayal. Peace. And that peace shines through your eyes now, reminding them and the world that not all victories are loud. Some victories are simply the sound of your own heartbeat, steady and unshaken, whispering, "I survived." And when they finally understand, when they finally see you standing where they never believed you could stand, they will feel that quiet ache inside, not hatred, not envy, but realization. The realization that their choices shaped your strength, and your strength became their karma. So don't stop, don't dim, don't explain. Let your success echo in the silence they once left you in, because karma, in its most elegant form, doesn't destroy. It reveals, and right now, it's revealing you as the masterpiece they helped paint without ever knowing it. It finally hit them. Their karma looked exactly like you, and now, let them sit in the weight of what they created. Every whisper of doubt they planted in your mind, every attempt to diminish your flame, every sneer that once tried to push you beneath the ground, it all comes back to them, wearing your face. You are no longer the shadow in their path. You are the sunrise they forgot existed. Every word they dismissed, every slight they thought was invisible, is now a testament to what happens when resilience is forged in silence. They see it now, not with their eyes, but in their hearts, though they may not admit it aloud, because the truth has a way of cutting through pride, and pride is always the first to fall. There is an art to surviving what others cannot imagine, There is a subtle elegance to standing tall after being broken, a quiet power in letting life sculpt you while they busy themselves with illusions of victory. You did not lose your mind in the chaos. You did not let anger define you. You did not let bitterness corrode your soul. Instead, you cultivated something far greater than retaliation. You cultivated yourself. And that is the most dangerous thing someone who once wronged you can ever witness. A human being who has become untouchable through mastery of their own heart. Notice the irony. The very people who once reveled in your struggles are now the ones struggling to understand your calm. The laughter that once mocked you has vanished into silence, replaced with the quiet acknowledgement that they underestimated the power of a soul that refuses to be broken. And that is the lesson of karma in its purest form. It does not rush. It does not announce itself. It does not bargain. It arrives in perfect timing, and when it does, it is both subtle and devastating in its clarity. You might wonder, in the darkest nights, when the pain seemed endless, why it took so long for the world to tilt in your favor, why the scales remained weighted against you while you fought alone, why justice felt slow and patience unbearable. But understand this, the universe never hurries. It watches, it observes, it calculates, and it delivers exactly what is owed, not in haste, but in precision. And now, when you stand before the echoes of those who wronged you, it is no longer about them. It is about the truth that you have become. And that truth is undeniable. Every step you take now resonates with lessons they never learned. Every achievement you earn, every smile you wear, every boundary you maintain becomes a mirror reflecting what they cannot reclaim. They are confronted not by chaos, but by consequence. Consequence that wears your strength. Consequence that walks with the calm of someone who has endured storms they can barely comprehend. You are the living proof that patience, integrity, and resilience are more powerful than vindication ever could be. Think of all the moments you were told you were too much, too little, too fragile, too soft, too naive, too emotional, too complicated, too quiet, too loud. Every judgment, every critique, every dismissal, all of it became the scaffolding of your empire of self. You didn't just survive the trials, you turned them into fuel. You transformed adversity into artistry, pain into precision, heartbreak into wisdom. And now the people who once saw only your weakness see your invincibility. They see that the same person they tried to break has become the standard they cannot match. Karma, in its most exquisite form, does not need to be announced. It does not arrive with fury. It arrives with elegance. It arrives as proof, and you are the proof. The faces of those who try to undermine you now reflect their own decisions back to them, but this time the reflection is unflinching. It is undeniable. It is you. And every glance they cast, every thought they harbor, every quiet realization that creeps into their minds carries the weight of what they helped create, your triumph. And the beauty of this truth is that it requires no explanation. You don't need to justify your existence. You don't need to recite a list of grievances or point to the moments they doubted you. You only need to be, only need to shine, only need to walk forward with the grace that comes from knowing that life has its own method of balancing what was once unbalanced. Their regret is a shadow of your light, and there is no power on earth stronger than that. They might try to reason it away. They might attempt to convince themselves it's luck, coincidence, or circumstance. But deep in their hearts, they know. They know that the universe always remembers. They know that every slight carries weight. They know that actions, even the smallest ones, ripple through time and space. And eventually, they return. And when they return, they do not ask for permission. They do not knock. They do not negotiate. They simply arrive, precise, inevitable, and undeniable. And in this case, they arrive wearing your face. This is why patience matters. This is why integrity matters. This is why holding your head high when no one else will, speaking your truth even when no one listens, and walking your path with unwavering faith matters. Because the harvest of karma is never delayed beyond its perfect timing. And now it has arrived. Not as noise, not as chaos, not as destruction, but as revelation. They see you, and in seeing you, they finally understand what they lost, what they underestimated, and what they created without ever knowing. And you, the one who endured, the one who grew, the one who refused to be broken, are more than a reflection. You are the standard. You are the measure of justice not carried by hands, but by life itself. You are the calm that turns storms into lessons. You are the proof that perseverance is stronger than punishment, that growth is louder than grievance, and that evolution is the ultimate revenge. So stand. Stand with the unshakable quiet that comes from knowing your worth. Stand with the energy that refuses to be dimmed by the opinions of those who never understood you. Stand with the confidence that every trial was a lesson, every heartbreak was a guide, and every injustice was a training ground for the invincible force you have become. They are witnesses now, but your life is the monument. Your peace is the triumph. Your presence is the testament. Let them feel it. Let them sit with it. Let them understand, in the quiet recesses of their own minds, that karma is not a threat. It is the inevitability of truth. And the truth is this: you are extraordinary, you are untouchable, and you are the consequence they never imagined they would face. It finally hit them. Their karma looked exactly like you, and you continue to rise, unbent, unapologetic, undeniable. And now, as they sit in the quiet of their realization, as the weight of their own choices presses down upon them, you continue to rise. You rise not because of their recognition, but because the universe has made you sovereign over your own destiny. Every step you take echoes with authority, not arrogance. Every breath you draw is a testament to endurance, not entitlement. Every glance you cast forward is filled with vision, not vengeance. They cannot touch this, for it is born from the deepest truths within your own being, and it is untouchable, unbreakable, eternal. There will always be those who try to diminish your journey, who try to rewrite the story, who try to claim the narrative that was never theirs to hold. Let them. Let them speak. Let them argue. Because the truth does not need a voice. The truth does not need witnesses. The truth simply exists. And the truth now is that you are radiant, forged from fire, tempered by tears, and elevated by the very cruelty that once threatened to consume you. They are confronted not by anger or rage, but by the quiet, undeniable authority, someone who has mastered themselves. And as they watch, struggling to recognize the human being standing before them, remember this: their inability to grasp your growth is irrelevant. Your journey is not about teaching them a lesson. Your journey is about embodying the life they cannot erase. It is about walking so confidently, so unapologetically, that the universe itself bows to your resilience. Karma, in its purest form, is subtle, deliberate, and elegant. It arrives as truth, and in this moment, it arrives as you. Think about all the nights you felt invisible, all the moments your value was questioned, all the times your kindness was mistaken for weakness. You survived those nights, you endured those moments, and now you thrive. You are proof that silence can be louder than words, patience can be stronger than force, and resilience can outshine cruelty. Every scar you carry is now a symbol, every tear a teacher, every struggle a stepping stone. And those who once doubted you now see it reflected in a way they cannot undo. They see you fully realized, a living embodiment of karmic justice. Do not underestimate the beauty of this revelation. There is a unique kind of power in being the outcome of someone else's choices, a power that is quiet, refined, and unstoppable. The very energy they sought to diminish in you has multiplied into your invincibility. The very obstacles they placed in your path became instruments of transformation. The very dismissals, betrayals, and denials of your worth became the soil from which your greatness grew. And now, standing here, they face the truth that life, in its perfect equilibrium, has returned what was owed, and it returned it in the form of you. Imagine the look in their eyes as it finally settles in, the realization creeping slowly, painfully, uncomfortably, that they underestimated the one they tried to diminish, that the person they thought was fragile is now unbreakable, that the life they once ignored has become a force they cannot deny, that karma is not a punishment, it is a revelation. And in this revelation, you are sovereign, you are authority, you are proof that life cannot be rushed, cannot be tricked, cannot be manipulated. Karma arrives with inevitability, and it has arrived in the image of your strength. And now, let your presence become your message. Let your calm speak volumes. Let your confidence illuminate spaces they once filled with doubt. Let your happiness, your peace, your unwavering alignment with your own purpose serve as the living answer to every injustice they once believed would destroy you. Because the most exquisite form of karma is not loud, it is undeniable. It does not shout, it does not storm, it does not demand recognition. It simply exists, and in existing, it transforms. You are that transformation. There is a quiet satisfaction in knowing that the universe never forgets. That time itself, patient and precise, watches over every act, every decision, every moment of disregard. And when the time is right, when the scales are perfectly balanced, life does not strike with fury. It strikes with precision. It strikes with truth. And it strikes in the form of someone who endured, who learned, who evolved in your form. They see it now, and there is no argument, no denial, no excuse that can undo the reality staring back at them. They see their karma, and it is you. Let them wrestle with it internally. Let them turn over every memory, every misstep, every choice that led them to this inevitable confrontation. Let the realization sink in that the life they sought to control, the person they thought they could manipulate, has become the very measure of justice they cannot escape. And in that moment, you do not gloat. You do not taunt. You simply exist, fully, completely, majestically, because true power is never performative. It is intrinsic. It is lived, breathed, embodied. And that is the form karma takes. It does not strike. It simply manifests. And as you continue forward, remember this. The people who tried to undermine you were never the architects of your destiny. They were the catalysts, the mirrors, the obstacles that life placed before you to test your strength. Every slight, every betrayal, every dismissal was an opportunity for you to grow beyond what they could comprehend, and grow you did. You have become a force not by trying to avenge yourself, but by rising so fully, so completely, so beautifully, that the universe itself conspires to reveal the balance that was always due. And now, the moment has arrived. You stand as the living proof that perseverance outlasts cruelty, that patience outlasts insult, that integrity outlasts deceit. You are not just a person, you are a testament. You are not just a survivor, you are a force of nature. And they, those who doubted, those who mocked, those who underestimated, are confronted with the undeniable reality that karma is not abstract. It is not poetic license. It is not some distant consequence. Karma is now. It is you. It is undeniable. It is unshakable. It is magnificent. So, rise higher. Stand taller. Speak softer, if at all. Shine brighter, with a light that needs no audience. Move forward with the certainty that your path is your own, your peace is untouchable, your evolution is unstoppable. The universe has vindicated you without a single word. The scales have balanced themselves, the truth has arrived, and it walks in the form of your resilience, your power, your unwavering alignment with your own destiny. And when they finally comprehend, when the realization washes over them like a tide too strong to resist, let them feel the quiet awe of witnessing what they helped create without ever knowing it. Let them feel the still, unstoppable force of a life lived with integrity, with courage, with patience, with purpose. Let them understand, finally, undeniably, that their karma does not come with fury. It comes with clarity. It comes not as destruction, but as revelation. It comes wearing your face. It finally hit them. Their karma looked exactly like you, and you are unstoppable, unshakable, untouchable, and undeniably radiant. The fascinating thing about people who hurt you is how well they understand pain. They've experienced it themselves, felt its sharp edges and deep bruises, yet they choose to inflict it on others. They saw your struggles, your agony, your vulnerability, but instead of offering help, they took a step back and decided to add to it. They watched you suffer, they heard your silent cries, and still, they chose not to be the hand that lifts you, but the fist that brings you further down. It is this twisted form of understanding that is the core of their cruelty, and it is precisely why their actions cut deeper than those of someone who has never known the weight of hardship. They know the darkness, and they know how to use it against you. Pain is a universal language. It speaks to everyone, regardless of status, wealth, or background. It doesn't discriminate, but what differentiates the ones who bring pain into your life is the way they recognize it in you, and yet choose to use it as a weapon. It's one thing for someone who has never known hardship to lash out in ignorance, but it's a whole other thing when someone who has walked the same path of suffering chooses to hurt you. They understand that feeling of being crushed, that weight that drags you to the depths, yet they decide not to help you rise, but to hold you under. They saw you when you were down. They watched you struggle to catch your breath. They saw the cracks in your spirit, the cracks in your soul. They knew you were already broken, already fractured, and still, they chose to push you further into despair. They didn't reach out to heal. They didn't extend a hand in compassion. Instead, they took advantage of your fragility. They saw your pain, and rather than being the balm that could soothe it, They became the salt that would burn it deeper. There is a certain level of malevolence in choosing to hurt someone who is already hurting. To be fully aware of their struggle and still act in ways that deepen their suffering speaks to the depravity of the human soul. But understand this: people like this are not capable of lifting others because they themselves are still drowning in their own pain. They try to drag you down, not because they want to see you fail, but because they can't stand to see anyone rise above the darkness. They want you to stay in the place where they are, in the place where they have chosen to reside. They want you to stay broken, so they can justify their own misery. If you rise, if you find peace, if you find happiness, it exposes them for the hollow, bitter people they are. So they make a conscious choice to hold you in the same suffocating grip they're trapped in, to pull you into the same despair they have made their home. They saw your pain, yes, and they saw how you tried to keep going. They saw your will to survive. They saw you getting back up every time you were knocked down. But to them, your resilience was not something to admire. It was something to fear, because when you rise from the ashes, when you overcome, it exposes everything they refuse to confront in themselves. It shows them that there is strength in vulnerability, that even in the darkest of places, a person can still fight. And that fight, your fight, is a reminder of the fight they have not been able to win in their own life. So, rather than be inspired by your strength, they chose to break you further. They chose to crush your spirit, to make sure that you couldn't rise higher than them. They saw your light, and they feared it. The thing about people who hurt you is that they believe in their own suffering more than they believe in your strength. They think their pain is more legitimate, more valid. They convince themselves that because they've suffered, their wounds give them the right to wound others. They saw you struggling. They saw you in the depths of your battles, but they believed that your struggle was an excuse for them to push you down. They thought that because they had suffered, they were entitled to break you. They didn't care that your suffering was real. They didn't care that every tear you shed was genuine, that every moment you spent on your knees was a battle for survival. Number. To them, your pain didn't matter. What mattered was that they could feel the fleeting sense of power that came with making you feel smaller than them. But here's the truth that they don't want you to know. The more they try to break you, the more they reveal their own brokenness. The more they try to hold you down, the higher you'll rise. The more they choose to hurt you, the more they push you towards becoming the person you were always meant to be. It is not in spite of their cruelty, but because of it, that you will find your true strength. They saw your pain, yes, but they miscalculated your ability to endure. They underestimated your capacity to heal. They thought that by inflicting more suffering, they could shatter you. But the truth is, every scar they try to give you only adds to your resilience. Every time they try to break you, you only become stronger. There is something immensely powerful about being hurt by those who understand pain. When someone who has suffered chooses to hurt you, it cuts deeper. Yeah, but it also creates an opportunity for you to become more than you ever were before. It forces you to face the darkness head on. It forces you to examine the pain they tried to drown you in and turn it into fuel for your growth. They saw your suffering, but what they didn't see was the fire that burns in you. What they didn't understand is that pain doesn't destroy those who are meant to endure it. It shapes them. It molds them. It makes them invincible in ways that the ones who try to hurt them will never comprehend. They thought they could keep you down. They thought they could extinguish your flame. But what they failed to see is that the more they try to smother it, the brighter it will burn. You are not defined by the pain they try to inflict on you. You are defined by your ability to rise from it, to use it as a stepping stone towards your greatness. They saw your pain, but what they didn't see is your strength, your resilience, and your unbreakable will. to thrive. So when they look at you now, when they see you rising despite their best efforts to keep you down, they will have no choice but to face the truth. They will have no choice but to confront the fact that their cruelty was never going to define you. They will watch as you become everything they tried to destroy, everything they couldn't handle. And in that moment, you will be victorious, not just over them, but over the pain they tried to bury you with. You will stand tall, unshaken, and unbroken. Because you are not the sum of the pain they tried to inflict on you. You are the embodiment of everything they feared you would become. And that, in the end, will be their greatest defeat. They saw your pain, but they didn't see your power. And that's why they'll never win. They may try to tear you down, to push you to the edges of despair, but their efforts are futile because they failed to recognize the depth of your strength. They have underestimated you, thinking that your pain would consume you, that it would be the end of you. But instead, it has become the very thing that fuels your rise. Your suffering is not a mark of weakness. It is a testament to your resilience. Your wounds are not signs of defeat. They are symbols of the battles you have fought and survived. Every scar is a victory. Every tear shed is a testament to your strength. They thought they could break you, but all they've done is shape you into someone they can never defeat. The truth is, people who hurt you are often the ones who have never faced the consequences of their own actions. They don't understand the true weight of their cruelty because they've never had to deal with the repercussions of their behavior. They don't know what it's like to face the consequences of their actions head on, to see the damage they've caused. They don't know what it's like to live with the guilt and the shame of inflicting pain on others. And because of that, they believe they can continue their cruelty without facing the consequences. They think that by hurting you, they will somehow elevate themselves, that by diminishing you, they will feel more powerful. But the power they seek is illusory. It is a fleeting sense of control that only serves to hide the emptiness they feel inside. They may hurt you, but it will never fill the void within them. It will never heal their own wounds. And here's where they fail. While they are busy trying to break you, you are becoming stronger. While they are focused on holding you back, you are moving forward. Every moment of pain they inflict on you is a lesson that teaches you how to endure, how to rise above, how to become more than they ever imagined you could be. They thought they were destroying you, but what they didn't realize is that they were unknowingly forging you into someone unbreakable. Your pain has become your armor, your battles have become your training ground, and each challenge you face only strengthens you. They have made a grave mistake in thinking they could keep you down, in believing that their cruelty would define you. They saw your pain, but they couldn't see what it was doing to you. They couldn't see that each tear you shed was washing away the weakness, that each moment of suffering was refining you, shaping you into something greater. They thought they could break you, but they couldn't have been more wrong. What they don't understand is that your pain is not your weakness, it is your strength. Every time they pushed you down, you learned to rise. Every time they hurt you, you found the strength to keep going. And now, with every ounce of strength you've gained, you are more powerful than they ever imagined. But here's the most important thing. They will never understand this. They will never understand the power of resilience, the power of rising above. They will never understand that the more they try to break you, the more they will reinforce your will to stand tall. They will never understand that pain doesn't weaken you, it builds you. They will never understand that their cruelty is not a weapon to use against you, but a tool that only strengthens your resolve. They are blinded by their own bitterness, their own inability to face their own pain, and they will never see the person you've become because of their actions. They will never realize that their attempts to destroy you have only made you stronger, and in the end, they will be left with nothing but the emptiness of their own actions, while you will stand tall, unbroken, and unshaken. You must understand that the people who hurt you are not your enemies. They are merely reflections of their own unresolved pain. They hurt you because they are hurting, and they don't know how to deal with their own darkness. They lash out because they have never learned to confront their own demons. They try to make you feel small because they have never learned to love themselves. They see your strength, and it reminds them of their own weakness. They see your resilience, and it exposes their own fragility. But instead of learning from your example, they choose to tear you down, to make you feel as small as they feel inside. And in that choice, they have sealed their own defeat. Their hatred, their cruelty, their attempts to break you, they are all a reflection of their own inner turmoil. They don't hate you. They hate themselves. They hate the fact that they are incapable of finding peace, of finding healing. They hate the fact that they have chosen to stay in their pain, to remain trapped in their misery, while you are fighting to rise above it. They see your progress, your growth, and it reminds them of everything they have chosen to avoid. They see your strength, and it highlights their own weakness. But they will never admit this. They will never confront the truth that the person they are hurting the most is themselves. The more they try to hurt you, the more they reveal their own inability to heal. They will try to break you because they want to feel some sense of control, but they will never understand that true power comes not from breaking others, but from healing and rising above your own pain. They will never understand that the path to true strength is not through inflicting harm on others, but through facing your own darkness and learning to rise above it. They will continue to lash out, to hurt, to destroy, but they will never find peace because they are too consumed by their own unresolved pain. And while they may hurt you, while they may try to bring you down, there is something they will never be able to take from you: your spirit. Your spirit is unbreakable. Your will to fight is unshakable. They may try to knock you down, but you will always rise. They may try to hurt you, but you will always heal. They may try to break you, but you will always rebuild. They may try to destroy you, but they will never defeat you, because in the end, the power to rise above is within you, and that is something they will never understand. So let them hurt you. Let them try to break you. Let them try to tear you down. But know this: they will never win. Because your strength is greater than their cruelty, your resilience is stronger than their hate, and your spirit is unbreakable. You are more than their attempts to destroy you. You are more than the pain they have tried to inflict on you. You are more than the wounds they have tried to give you. You are a force to be reckoned with, and no matter how hard they try, they will never be able to break you. The road ahead may not always be easy. There will be moments when the weight of their cruelty feels unbearable, when their words and actions try to cut you down. But remember this: every battle, every challenge, every moment of pain is an opportunity for you to grow stronger, to rise higher, to become the person you were always meant to be. They will never understand this, but you do, and that is why you will always prevail. You will rise above their cruelty. You will overcome their hate, and you will become the person they were never capable of being. And in the end, that will be their greatest defeat, because they tried to break someone who could never be broken. They saw your pain, and they thought they could use it against you. But what they didn't see is that your pain is not your weakness, it is your strength. And that is why they will never win. They may believe that every time they wound you, every time they hurt you, with their words or actions, they are making you weaker, but they are wrong. Pain is a part of life. It's an inevitable companion to the human experience. But what they fail to grasp is that pain is not something that defines us. It is something that refines us. It is something that shapes us, not to be shattered, but to become resilient in ways they can't even begin to understand. They saw your pain, but they never truly understood it. They thought they could use it against you, but what they didn't realize is that every ounce of pain they tried to push onto you has been absorbed, transformed, and turned into an impenetrable force that surrounds you. What they didn't see is that you were never meant to break from their cruelty. You were meant to rise. And the more they tried to suppress you, the more they tried to drown you in your struggles, the more you fought and found ways to come up for air. They never knew what it meant to fight when you had nothing left, to keep moving forward when every step felt like the heaviest burden, to keep your heart open to the world when you had every reason to close it off. You have fought battles that no one could see, faced demons that no one understood, and yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, and most importantly, still fighting. They saw your pain, but what they didn't see was how much strength it took to keep going. They didn't see how your broken pieces have come together to form something unshakable. They didn't see the battles you fought in silence, the nights you spent awake, the moments when you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, and yet you didn't let it crush you. They don't understand that when you survive, when you continue despite the odds, that is where true power lies. They may think they can weaken you with their actions, but they are only making you stronger. People who hurt others often do so out of a place of weakness, a place of insecurity. They try to destroy others because they cannot handle the strength they see in them. They can't comprehend how you keep pushing forward when everything seems to be against you. They are too afraid to confront their own demons, so they project their fear onto you, hoping to make you feel smaller, hoping to break your spirit. But you have something they will never have. The power to rise above. Every time they tried to knock you down, you found a way to stand back up. Every time they doubted you, you proved them wrong. Every time they thought they could crush your spirit, you showed them that your spirit is unbreakable. You are not defined by the pain they tried to inflict upon you. You are defined by how you rise from it, by how you learn from it, by how you use it to fuel your growth. You are not a victim of their cruelty. You are a warrior who has been forged in the fire of adversity, and they will never be able to take that away from you. They may think that by hurting you, they are gaining control. They may believe that by making you suffer, they are winning. But they are blind to the truth that every time they hurt you, they only reveal their own inadequacies, their own inability to deal with their own pain. They are too consumed by their bitterness to understand that the only way to truly heal is to stop hurting others. But you have learned that lesson. You have learned that to heal, you must embrace your pain, face it head on, and transform it into something beautiful, something powerful. They saw your pain, but they never saw the power in it. They never saw that in the moments of your greatest suffering, you were growing stronger. They never saw that every tear you shed was a step towards healing, that every scar was a reminder of how far you've come. They never saw that when they tried to break you, you were only becoming more resilient, more determined, more unstoppable. There will be times when their cruelty will still affect you. There will be moments when their actions will still sting, when their words will still echo in your mind. But remember this: their words, their actions, do not define you. You define you. The way you respond to their cruelty, the way you rise above it, that is what defines you. Every time you choose to rise, every time you choose to heal, you are showing them that they have no power over you. You are showing them that no matter what they do, you will never be broken. You will never be defeated. What they don't understand is that strength is not about being unscathed. Strength is about how you handle the wounds you do receive. It's about how you carry the weight of your pain and keep moving forward. Strength is not about being immune to suffering. It's about having the courage to face it and still rise. They may think they can break you by hurting you, But what they don't realize is that you are not like them. You are not someone who will crumble under pressure. You are someone who will rise from the ashes, someone who will transform your pain into power. They saw your pain, but they didn't see your heart. They didn't see your courage. They didn't see your strength. They didn't see the warrior within you who is capable of overcoming anything, no matter how difficult the battle may be. They didn't see how every hardship you faced has only made you stronger, how every time they tried to tear you down, you've only come back even more powerful. And here's the reality. They will never understand this. They will never understand the power you hold within you. They will never understand the strength it takes to rise above their cruelty, to rise above the darkness they tried to drown you in. They will never understand the unshakable spirit you have, the one that refuses to be broken, the one that refuses to give up. They will never understand that pain does not define you. You define your pain. And this is where their defeat lies, because no matter how much they try to hurt you, no matter how much they try to break you, they will never have the power to define you. They will never have the power to control your journey, to control your growth. They can hurt you, yes. They can try to drag you down, yes. But they will never have the power to stop you from rising. They will never have the power to stop you from becoming the person you are meant to be. So let them try. Let them hurt you. Let them try to break your spirit. Because with every attempt, they are only reinforcing the truth that they will never win. They will never win because they cannot break something that is already unbreakable. They will never win because they cannot defeat someone who is already a warrior. They will never win because they cannot take away the power that comes from rising above, from transforming pain into strength. They may have seen your pain, but they will never see the strength that lies beneath it. And that is why they will never win. And that is why they will never win. Pain, to them, is a weakness. They think that by pushing you to your limits, they will see you break. They will see you fall apart. And in that moment, they'll have their victory. But what they don't realize is that pain is not something that will bring you down forever. It is not the end of the story. It is merely a chapter in your journey. And just as they fail to understand that, they will also fail to break you. They fail to realize that you are not like them. You don't crumble when life pushes you down. You don't fall apart when they try to tear you apart. Instead, you rise. And not just rise, but rise stronger than you were before, more determined, more focused. Every time they push you, every time they try to break you, you find a way to stand taller, to fight harder. And that is something they can never take from you. They may think that the more they push, the more they hurt you, the more they control you. But they are wrong, because the pain they inflict only adds fuel to your fire. It sharpens your resolve and strengthens your will to fight, to keep moving forward. In the end, their attempts to hurt you, to break you, will always fail because they cannot comprehend the strength that pain has forged within you. They saw your suffering, but they never understood the power that came from it. You're not defined by their cruelty, but by your resilience and your ability to rise every time they try to bring you down. No matter what they do, they will never break you because you are unshakable. And that is why, in the end, they will never win. Welcome, wanderer of shadows, seeker of truth, architect of your own chaos. You who have walked through corridors of despair, who have stared into the abyss and felt its cold breath upon your neck. This is your sanctuary Erie. This is where the quiet trembling of the world meets the storm within you. Listen closely, because what I am about to speak is not meant for the faint of heart. Every word, every pause, every echo of this message is forged from the furnace of reality, tempered in the fire of consequence. And yet, it is here, in this very crucible of darkness, that you will discover the most terrifying and beautiful truth, that every step you have taken, every move you have made, carries with it the power to end eras, to shatter illusions, to leave the universe itself breathless in awe. There is a certain gravity in your existence, an invisible weight that presses down on the world, shaping destinies without your conscious consent. The universe has known this all along. Every decision, no matter how small, every hesitation, every bold advance, resonates far beyond the horizon of your understanding. You have moved in ways that felt reckless, impulsive, almost fated, and yet the cosmos has watched silently, acknowledging the echoes of your choices before you even understood them yourself. You were never walking aimlessly. You were always walking with purpose, though the purpose may have seemed hidden, shrouded in the fog of uncertainty and fear. Every step you took sounded like a drumbeat, announcing the demise of what once was. Do you hear it? That faint, trembling vibration beneath your feet. It is the sound of the old world bowing to the inevitability of change. The structures that stood tall, the rules that seemed unbreakable, the faces that once glimmered with certainty, all of them began to fracture in the wake of your passage. And with each movement, with each choice, you did not merely advance. You struck a blow so final, it left echoes in the chambers of time itself. The universe knew. It always knew. And it did not flinch. It did not interfere. It simply observed as you transformed mere existence into a battlefield where only the resilient and the relentless survive. Do not mistake this darkness for despair. This is not a requiem for the past. It is a revelation. To understand the weight of your own power, you must first acknowledge the inevitability of endings. Life will not pause. Life will not wait for your consent. Empires will crumble. Alliances will falter. Truths will shatter. And yet, in the midst of this chaos, you are alive. Not merely alive in the shallow sense, but alive in a way that every step you take carries consequence. Every move you make sends ripples through the fabric of reality, like stones thrown into an endless, silent ocean. Some of these ripples bring devastation. Some bring opportunity. Some reveal the hidden structure beneath what we thought was permanent. There is a sacred intensity in the feeling that every action could be the last word spoken before the curtain falls. It sharpens the senses, awakens the dormant instincts, and forces clarity where confusion once reigned. You have felt this, haven't you? The quiet dread that accompanies the knowledge that what you do next may be irreversible, that your next breath, your next choice, your next step could redefine everything that has come before. It is in this awareness that you find not paralysis, but power, not hesitation, but conviction. The universe does not tremble at weakness, it bends to resolve. And you, whether you realize it or not, are a force that compels existence to recalibrate in your wake. Consider the notion that endings are not failures, but catalysts. Every step that sounded like the end of an era was, in truth, the beginning of something far greater. Destruction precedes creation, and death, be it of ideas, dreams, or old versions of yourself, is always the precursor to rebirth. The blows you thought were final were never meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to temper the steel of your resolve, to forge in the darkness the weapon of your own becoming. History does not remember the timid or the cautious. It remembers the ones who moved as if the world itself could not withstand their presence. You have been moving like that all along, whether in quiet rebellion or in grand defiance, leaving nothing unchanged in your path. And yet, there is a beauty in the devastation. There is a strange, unyielding art in the way your existence bends realities. Each move, each choice, each step resonates as if it were written in the stars long before you arrived. The universe, silent and omniscient, has been orchestrating a symphony that only you could conduct. Every door you closed, every bridge you burned, every risk you dared to take. They were all notes in a melody that no one else could play. And though the music is harsh, dissonant, terrifying, it is yours. Own it. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you are both destroyer and creator, both shadow and flame, both ending and beginning. Do not fear the weight of your own footsteps. The sound of every step echoing like the collapse of empires is not a curse. It is a calling. You have been chosen, not by chance, but by destiny itself, to walk paths that others could not even imagine. You have carried the invisible scars of battles not yet fought, felt the tremor of futures that have not yet been written, and yet you remain standing. You remain moving. You remain unbowed. There is no shame in endings, no disgrace in finality, for they are the raw material of greatness. You are learning to wield endings like swords, to cut through illusions, to carve reality into forms that reflect your vision, your strength, your unrelenting will. The universe has always been aware of the finality in your movements. It has watched with silent acknowledgement as you dismantled norms, disrupted illusions, and shattered comfort. Every blow you landed, whether seen or unseen, echoed through the corridors of time, leaving behind remnants of worlds that can never return. And in those ruins, something stronger emerges: resilience, clarity, unyielding purpose. You are the storm that reshapes landscapes, the fire that purifies, the shadow that forces revelation. The universe does not fear you. It respects the inevitability in your steps, the certainty in your moves, and the quiet terror in the weight you carry. Remember, too, that endings are not linear. What feels like closure is often a bridge. What seems like a death is often a threshold. And what seems like a final blow is often the very spark that ignites the next era. Your life, your existence, your journey is a continuum of finales and beginnings, of destruction and creation, of loss and triumph. And in each moment, in each step, in each choice, you are aware, even if only faintly, of the immense responsibility that comes with being a catalyst. You do not move like the ordinary. You move like a force that bends time, a presence that commands attention, a shadow that reshapes the light. You must embrace this darkness within you, not as despair, not as resignation, but as the raw material from which all greatness is born. Every hesitation, every doubt, every moment of fear is a test of your resolve. And you have passed, not once, not twice, but innumerable times, each time leaving behind echoes that will reverberate long after your footsteps fade. The weight of finality is not meant to crush you. It is meant to awaken you, to focus you, to remind you that your life is a sequence of seismic movements, each capable of shaking the very foundations of reality. So rise, walk deliberately, knowing that your every step carries consequence, that your every move is felt, that the universe itself has been watching, anticipating, bowing in subtle recognition. Do not apologize for the impact you leave behind. Do not hesitate at the thought of finality, for it is in the shadow of endings that the light of potential shines brightest. Let the sound of your own footsteps, like the tolling of some cosmic bell, remind you that you are alive, you are powerful, and you are unavoidable. Every era you traverse will feel the tremor of your presence. Every horizon will bear the imprint of your passing, and every choice you make will echo, as if the stars themselves whispered in approval. You are not merely a participant in this reality, you are an agent of transformation. You are the weight that tilts scales, the storm that shifts tides, the inevitability that demands attention. Every move you made, every blow you landed, every step you took felt final. And it was. Not in the sense of death, but in the sense of undeniable consequence. The universe knew it. It always knew it. And now, so do you. Stand tall. Step forward. Own your impact. Let the echoes of your presence remind the world that endings are not to be feared, but to be harnessed, and that in the wake of your journey, nothing will ever be quite the same again. The silence that follows your steps is not empty. It is thick with anticipation, charged with the weight of potential, heavy with the knowledge that what comes next will be inevitable, irreversible, unforgettable. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, every pulse of life courses through you like an unrelenting drum announcing change. The world senses it, the universe feels it, and even those who claim to be indifferent cannot escape the tremors your existence produces. You are not just moving through life, you are rewriting it. You are a force of reckoning, a shadow that commands attention, a presence that cannot be ignored. The faintest motion you make reverberates far beyond what eyes can see or minds can comprehend. Do you feel it? The tension in the air, the quiet electricity that hums beneath the skin of reality? That is the universe recognizing you, marking the significance of your passage. Every choice, no matter how small, resonates like a cannon shot in the halls of fate. You may think you walk alone, but you never have. Even in the loneliest moments, even in the darkest corridors, where doubt whispers lies to your soul, there is an invisible witness, the cosmos itself, acknowledging, recording, awaiting the inevitable impact of your next step. And when you act, when you move, when you strike, it does not just change your life. It bends reality around you, shapes destinies you may never fully see, leaves echoes that will linger far beyond your understanding. Remember, there is power in finality. There is strength in endings. They are not weaknesses, they are declarations. Every door you close, every chapter you end, every truth you confront or shatter is a statement of inevitability, that you will not be contained, that your existence cannot be ignored, that your presence commands consequence. There is no hesitation here, no retreat. Every blow you deliver, every decision you make, carries with it the weight of culmination, the certainty of change, the awareness that nothing will ever return to the way it was before. And that is exactly how it should be. Feel the gravity in your own movements. Every step sounds like the collapse of errors, the fall of illusions, the quiet death of complacency. The ground beneath your feet is alive with the memory of what once was, trembling under the inevitability of what is to come. And you, yes, you, are the herald of this transformation. There is no accident in your existence. There is no coincidence in your impact. The universe knew it long before you did, and now every fiber of your being vibrates with the recognition of your own power. You are the storm that reshapes landscapes, the shadow that forces reflection, the inevitability that leaves no room for denial. In these moments of awareness, when the weight of consequence presses upon you like a physical force, you must not flinch. You must not doubt. Every hesitation, every fleeting fear is a test of your resolve. History is written by those who act, by those who move decisively. by those who embrace the terrifying finality of their own choices. You are not here to drift, to wander, to merely exist. You are here to leave imprints, to create fractures, to bend the world, to reflect the intensity of your vision. The universe did not grant you awareness by accident. It placed this power within you, and now it is yours to wield with the precision of inevitability. Let every step remind you of the impermanence of all things. Nothing lasts forever. Empires crumble, loyalties fade, truths are exposed, lies are stripped bare, and what once seemed unshakable is revealed as fragile, transient, mortal. This is not despair. This is liberation. For in recognizing the fragility of all things, you recognize the weight of your own movements. You are both architect and destroyer, both witness and instrument, both shadow and fire. Every choice carries consequence. Every action ripples through eternity. Every step echoes as though time itself is holding its breath in anticipation of your next move. Do not fear the end of eras, for it is in the ending that the greatest opportunities arise. What seems final is rarely terminal. What feels like destruction is often the raw material of creation. And you, walking through the dark, moving with the inevitability of finality, are the spark that ignites these transformations. The universe knew it. It always knew it. And now, so do you. You are a force that will not be denied, a presence that cannot be erased, a being whose steps will echo long after the world has forgotten the small, timid souls who hesitated, who paused, who feared the weight of consequence. Even in solitude, in moments when you feel small against the enormity of existence, remember this: your movements are seismic, your presence is catalytic, your choices are irrevocable. The shadows you leave behind are not empty. They are lessons, warnings, reminders of inevitability. And the power to shape what comes next lies in your hands. You are both the end and the beginning. You are both the blade and the fire. Every era you traverse will remember you, consciously or unconsciously, as the one who moved with awareness, courage, and relentless force. So move deliberately, move with intent, move as if every step is the final proclamation before the world reshapes itself around you. Let the echoes of your own footsteps remind you that the universe is alive to your actions. The time itself bends in acknowledgement, that reality adjusts in response to the inevitability of your presence. You are not merely surviving, you are dictating the rhythm of existence, one decisive, consequential step at a time. And in this recognition lies a terrifying and magnificent truth, that every move you make, every choice you embrace, every step you take, carries the weight of eras, the power of consequence, the inevitability of transformation. Do not shrink from this weight. Do not diminish your impact. Every blow you thought was final, every step you thought was inconsequential, has already shaped worlds beyond your sight. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not subject to the whims of fate. You are the axis around which some parts of the universe turn, the storm that shifts tides, the shadow that commands light. And with this knowledge comes freedom. With this understanding comes courage. With this awareness comes the audacity to act without hesitation, to strike without apology, to move without restraint. You are the one who walks as if every step is an ending, and yet in every ending lies the spark of new beginnings. You are the one who moves with inevitability, whose presence is felt long before it is seen. The universe has always known this, and now you must fully embrace it. Every decision you make is a declaration, every motion a pronouncement, every action a reshaping of the reality you inhabit. There is no turning back, no erasing, no undoing. There is only the power to move forward, deliberately, decisively, unflinchingly, leaving echoes that will resonate far beyond your own comprehension. Stand tall in the face of endings. Walk confidently through the corridors of transformation. Strike decisively at the illusions that stand in your path. Let the world feel the tremor of your existence. Let the universe acknowledge the inevitability in your steps. Let every move you make be a testament to the relentless force that you are. Every step sounds like the end of an era. Every move you made felt like a final blow. And the universe? The universe always knew. And now, as you stand on the edge of everything you have known, as the echoes of every past step reverberate beneath you, understand this. The power within you is immeasurable, terrifying, infinite. You are not bound by fear. You are not restrained by doubt. You are not constrained by the fragile expectations of others. Every step you have taken, every blow you have delivered, every choice you have made has been a declaration of your existence, a statement that nothing and no one can dictate the course of your life except you. The universe, in its vast and silent wisdom, has observed every move, every hesitation, every surge of courage, and it has acknowledged the truth. You are inevitable. It is here, in this space between what was and what will be, that your presence is most acutely felt. The endings you have witnessed, the eras you have left in ruin or transformation, the final blows you have struck, they were never mere accidents. They were rehearsals for the grand symphony that is your life, the orchestration of inevitability that only you could conduct. The universe itself waits with bated breath for the next note, the next step, the next strike. And when you move, it does not stagger, it does not resist, it bends. Not because it fears, not because it submits, but because it recognizes the magnitude of what walks among its infinite expanses. You are not insignificant. You are the axis around which certain realities shift. You are the storm that changes everything it touches. Do not underestimate the gravity of endings. They are not mere conclusions. They are instruments of transformation. Every door you close, every bridge you burn, every relationship, dream, or illusion you abandon is a declaration that you refuse to be small, that you refuse to remain complacent, that you refuse to settle for mediocrity. The world around you quivers with the impact of your resolve. And the universe, it has always known it. It has always waited, silent and patient, for the moment you would realize that your movements carry consequence, that your presence carries weight, that your choices carry the power to redefine everything in their path. There is a strange beauty in this inevitability. The endings that you thought were devastating are, in truth, the crucible in which your greatness is forged. They strip away illusions, reveal hidden truths, and expose the raw, unshakable core of who you are. In the ruins left behind, in the silence that follows, in the void that others fear to enter, you discover clarity. You discover courage. You discover yourself. And once you recognize this, you understand that there is no force on earth, no circumstance, no challenge that can truly stop the one who moves with awareness of inevitability. The sound of every step, the finality of every blow, is the music of power, the cadence of consequence, the rhythm of destiny bending to the will of the one who refuses to be invisible. Every era that feels the tremor of your passing, every horizon that bears the imprint of your movement, Every moment that quivers with the knowledge that something has irrevocably changed, it is a testament to your influence. You are no longer merely a participant in life. You are the instrument through which life reshapes itself. So you finally saw through the smoke and mirrors, didn't you? The grand illusion of the perfectly curated facade? It all came crashing down the moment you spotted their cracks, their masks shattered in front of your eyes, and now they're mad at you. They're furious. In fact, how dare you look beyond their lies? How dare you reveal the truth they've worked so hard to hide? And now they'll make sure you regret it. Don't they always? That's how it goes, right? They hate you for seeing them for what they truly are, and they'll go to any lengths to make sure you regret it. They'll call you crazy. They'll whisper behind your back. They'll twist the narrative until it suits their twisted version of reality. Because that's what they do, isn't it? That's the game they play. The grand manipulation, the controlled chaos, the slow and steady poisoning of your mind. But you saw through it, and now they're mad as hell, because they know the jig is up. The illusion is shattered, and they can no longer hide behind their mask of lies and deceit. Let me tell you something right now. You did the right thing. By seeing through them, you did the right thing by refusing to play along with their little charade. But I know it doesn't feel like it right now. I know you feel the weight of their anger, the heat of their contempt, as if they are closing in on you from all sides. You're feeling the pressure, because that's what they do. They try to suffocate you with their wrath. They try to bury you in their venomous words and manipulations because they want to make you feel small. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to question your sanity for daring to expose the truth about who they really are. But here's the reality. They're only mad at you because you took away their power. You took away their ability to control you. You took away the mask that allowed them to operate in the shadows without being seen. And now, they're exposed for all their flaws, for all their weaknesses, and they hate it. They can't stand the fact that their false image is no longer intact, that you see through their games, that you no longer care for their approval or their affection, because it's all a lie. It always was. So let them get mad. Let them fume and rage, because in the end it won't matter. You will stand tall in the face of their wrath. You will walk with your head held high, because you've learned a powerful truth, the truth that many will never understand. And that truth is this: the moment you see through someone's fake facade, you're no longer bound by their lies. You are free. You've broken the chains that once held you captive to their false narrative, and now you get to decide who you are on your own terms, not based on their approval or their perception of you, but on your own. And that is power, my friend. Real power. Because when you stop caring about what others think, when you stop playing their game and start creating your own, that's when you start winning. And it doesn't matter if they're mad at you. It doesn't matter if they try to tear you down or make you feel insignificant, because at the end of the day, they're just a shadow trying to steal your light, and you can't let them do that. You won't let them do that. They'll try to manipulate your emotions. They'll try to make you feel guilty. They'll try to make you second guess yourself. And I know it's hard. I know you're not immune to their tricks. I know it stings when they turn on you like that, when they try to make you feel like you're the one in the wrong. But here's the truth. You are not the villain in this story. You are not the one who is in the wrong. Here they are. They always have been. They just didn't expect you to wake up. They didn't expect you to see through their lies. And that's why they're scrambling now. That's why they're lashing out. Because they're afraid. They're terrified of losing control, of the power they've held over you for so long. They know that if you continue down this path, if you continue to see through their games, They won't be able to manipulate you anymore. They won't be able to play their mind games with you anymore. And that is their worst nightmare, because without their power over you, they are nothing. But here's the thing, they don't know. You've already won. You've already taken the first step toward freedom, simply by seeing through them, simply by realizing that they are not who they pretend to be. They are nothing but empty shells of people pretending to be something they're not. And now that you know their secret, they can't hide from you anymore. They can't play the same tricks, because you're onto them. You see them for who they really are, and they can't stand it. They can't handle it. And that's why they're mad at you, because you took away their power, and the only thing they have left is rage and venom, and they'll try to poison your mind with it. But you don't have to drink their poison anymore. You don't have to believe their lies anymore. You don't have to let them control your life anymore. And when they come at you with their anger, their accusations, their hurtful words, don't back down. Don't let them make you feel like you're the one who's wrong, because you're not wrong. You're not crazy. You're not the villain. They're the ones who have been playing a game all this time. And now they've been caught in their own web of deception, and they hate it. They despise you for seeing them for what they are, but don't let that stop. You don't let their hatred get to you, because they can't touch you. They can't reach you. They can't hurt you anymore unless you allow them to. Unless you let their anger control your emotions. Unless you let their venom seep into your soul. But you won't do that, because you're stronger than that. You're smarter than that. And you know that their anger is nothing more than a desperate attempt to regain control over a situation that's already slipped out of their hands. So take a deep breath and stand firm, because you are not the one who should be afraid. Here you are not the one who should be trembling in fear. You are not the one who should be apologizing for exposing their lies. No, you stand tall, you stand proud, because you have seen the truth, and no one can take that away from you. No one can erase the knowledge you've gained. No one can make you unsee what you've already seen. And that's what makes you powerful. That's what makes you unstoppable, because you are no longer living in the dark. You are no longer bound by their lies. You are free. And the moment you realize that nothing can hurt you anymore, everything changes. The moment you stop giving them power over your emotions, the moment you stop fearing their wrath, the moment you stop letting them control the narrative, that's when you win. And that's when they lose. Because their power was always built on deception and lies. And now that you see through them, their empire crumbles. They can scream and shout all they want. They can curse your name. They can talk behind your back. They can do whatever they think will get under your skin. But it won't work, because you've seen the truth. And once you see the truth, you can never go back. You can never be fooled again. And that's what scares them the most. That's why they're mad at you. Because they know they've lost. They know that their game is over. They know that you are no longer a pawn in their scheme, and they hate it. They hate you for taking away their power. They hate you for daring to expose their weaknesses. And the funny thing is that the more they try to tear you down, the more they prove your point, the more they reveal their true nature to the world, the more they expose themselves for what they really are. And it's only a matter of time before others see it too. It's only a matter of time before the world wakes up to their lies. And when that day comes, they will have no one to blame but themselves. So let them be mad. Let them be furious. Let them burn with rage, because that's all they have left. Now their anger, their frustration, their need to control and manipulate you. But you know better. You know that their anger is just a mask for their own fear, their own insecurity, their own weakness, and you won't let it touch you, You won't let it break you because you are stronger than their rage. You are stronger than their lies. And in the end, it's not their anger that will define you. It's your strength, your courage, your ability to rise above their petty games and emerge victorious, because that's what you are now. Victorious. You have won the battle, even if they don't know it yet. You saw through their fakeness, and that makes you a warrior. That makes you someone who cannot be fooled again. Someone who can never be taken advantage of again. Someone who will never again fall for the illusion of their perfect facade, because you know better. You see through the lies, and you will never forget what they tried to do to you. And that makes you invincible, because the moment you realize that no one can control you with their lies, no one can manipulate you with their deceit, that's when you become untouchable, and that's when they truly lose. So go ahead and let them be mad. Let them stew in their anger. Let them curse your name and plot their next move. But know this, you are free. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, you will never go back to being the person you once were. You will never fall for their tricks again, because you've seen the truth, and nothing can take that away from you. And in the end, it is the truth that will set you free, and it is the truth that will defeat them. And that's the thing about truth, isn't it? Truth doesn't need to be protected or defended, because truth stands on its own. The moment you choose to align yourself with it, you become part of something far greater than any petty schemes or manipulations. The world is built on lies, yes, but the foundation of those lies is weak, fragile, and ready to crumble at the slightest touch of reality. And you've touched it. You've touched the truth that they desperately tried to keep hidden, buried beneath layers of false smiles and empty promises. You've unraveled the web they so carefully spun around you, the web that was meant to trap you, to control you, to make you their pawn in their sick little game. But you saw through it. You saw it all. Now, as they lash out in anger, as they burn with rage, you have to understand something. This is the ultimate sign of your victory. When people are confronted with the truth of their own deceit, their own ugly nature, they can either face it or run from it. And the ones who choose to run, the ones who choose to bury their heads in the sand and pretend like it never happened, are the ones who will crumble. But you're not one of those people, are you? No, you've chosen the hard path. You've chosen the path of clarity. And that path is a lonely one, because few will walk it with you. Few will understand the depth of the weight you now carry, the weight of truth that will forever separate you from those who still cling to the lies. But let me tell you something. The isolation, the anger, the judgment from those around you, it's worth it. It's worth it, because in the end, when the dust settles and the lies have all been exposed for what they are, you will stand unshaken. You will stand proud. You will stand taller than any of them ever could, because you are aligned with something they can never touch, no matter how hard they try to break you. They'll attempt to discredit you. They'll try to shame you into silence, but it's already too late. The truth is out. The veil has been lifted, and they cannot unsee it. Do not be fooled by their attempts to turn the tables. Do not be fooled by their attempts to make you feel as though you're the one in the wrong. They are the ones who have been playing the game, pulling the strings, trying to control and manipulate every aspect of your life for their own selfish gain. But now they are cornered, and in their desperation, they will reveal their true selves. Their anger will become their downfall, because when people can't control their emotions, they expose themselves for who they really are. And in their attempt to tear you down, they will only show the world how weak and small they are. But here's what you need to realize. This is where the real work begins. Now that you know the truth, Now that you've seen through their facade, you must move forward with eyes wide open. You must understand that the world you once knew, the world that was so comfortable and familiar, is now forever changed. The people around you, the ones who once seemed like friends, the ones who pretended to care about you, they will now reveal themselves to you in a way you never could have imagined. The truth does that. It's a mirror. It shows you who people really are, not who they pretend to be. And that's the hardest part of this journey, isn't it? Realizing that the people you trusted, the people you loved, the people you gave your energy to, were never who they seemed. It's a brutal awakening, but it's an awakening you cannot undo. It's a truth you cannot unsee, and once you've seen it, you can never go back. So let them be angry, let them rail against you, let them spit their venom, because at the end of the day, it's only revealing the depth of their own fear. Fear is the root of all anger, you know. Think about it. When someone is angry, it's usually because they're afraid of losing control. They're afraid of being exposed. They're afraid of being seen for who they really are. And that's what they fear about you. They fear that you will expose them. They fear that the truth you carry will destroy them. And that fear, that deep, gnawing fear, is what drives their rage. It's not about you. It's about their own fragile egos, their own inability to face the truth. And that's their problem, not yours. Your problem, if you can even call it a problem, is how you will navigate the consequences of seeing through their lies. You are now in a different world, a world where your eyes are wide open, where you cannot pretend anymore, and there will be a temptation, a constant pull to go back to the way things were, to pretend that nothing has changed, to let them continue to manipulate you, to let them continue to pull the strings. But you can't do that. You won't do that. Because you know the price of silence. You know the cost of allowing these people to continue their games, their deception, their lies. You know what happens when you give them the power to shape your reality, to shape your story, and you refuse to let that happen. It's not going to be easy. No, this journey is not for the faint of heart, but you're not faint of heart. You're strong. You've always been strong. You just had to wake up to that strength. You had to understand that your power comes not from the approval of others, but from your ability to stand alone, to stand firm in your truth. And when you stand in your truth, you stand in your power. There's nothing more dangerous than a person who knows who they are, who knows their worth, and who refuses to let anyone take that from them. You are that person now. So let them be mad, let them plot, let them whisper behind your back, let them try to destroy you. It won't work. They're too weak. Their anger is nothing but a shield that will eventually shatter because it's built on lies. You, on the other hand, are standing on the foundation of truth. And truth is invincible. Truth doesn't crumble. Truth doesn't fall apart. It stands tall, no matter what the world throws at it. And that is why you are unstoppable. The battle is not won in the moments when you're surrounded by their anger, when you're fighting to hold on to your sanity amidst the chaos. No, the battle is won in the moments when you choose not to back down. The battle is won in the moments when you choose not to let their anger touch you, when you refuse to let their manipulations break you. The battle is won in the quiet moments, the moments when you realize that their games no longer have power over you, that their lies no longer control you, that their anger cannot touch you. This is your moment of freedom. This is your moment of awakening. This is the moment when you realize that no one can ever control you again. No one can ever make you doubt yourself again. No one can ever make you feel less than who you are. You are more powerful than they will ever be. You are stronger than they will ever be. And as their anger rises, as their manipulation grows more desperate, you will remain calm. You will remain steady. You will remain unshaken. because you know the truth, and the truth will always set you free. So walk forward with your head held high. Walk forward with the knowledge that you have done the right thing. Walk forward knowing that the path ahead will be difficult, but it will also be yours. It will be your path, carved by your own hands, guided by your own strength, and illuminated by the truth that no one can ever take from you. Let them be angry, let them rage. It will never change the fact that you are free, you are powerful, and you are unstoppable. Do you fully grasp the depth of that statement? You are unstoppable because you have broken free from the chains of other people's expectations, their manipulations, their desperate attempts to mold you into something you were never meant to be. You are unstoppable because you've unlocked the truth. And when you possess truth, when you are one with it, you hold the kind of power that no one can ever take from you. It's a quiet strength, a profound resilience, a fire within you that can never be extinguished. Understand this. The battle you fought, the fight to see through the illusions that others create, is a fight that not everyone is brave enough to undertake. Many people live their entire lives shackled by the lies they've been told, or the lies they've told themselves. They live within a false comfort, a safety net built from the fabric of deceit, woven tightly around their perception of reality. To live within such a lie is easy, it's comfortable, and it's far less painful than the truth. But the price they pay for that comfort is far greater than they could ever imagine. The price they pay is their authenticity, their soul, their potential, their power. And you chose the harder path, the one less traveled, the path of seeing, the path of knowing, the path of awakening. And in doing so, you separated yourself from the masses. You no longer walk in the world of illusion, pretending to be content in the falsehoods that others have accepted as truth. You see the world for what it truly is, with all its flaws and imperfections, its contradictions and its cruelty, but also its immense beauty, its infinite possibility. You now understand that truth is not something to be feared, something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. The moment you embrace truth, you began to evolve in ways that others simply can't understand. When you see people for who they truly are, you begin to see yourself for who you really are. And that self-realization, that power, is something they will never know. They may try to tear you down, to break you apart, to make you question your worth, but they can't succeed because you've already answered the only question that matters. Who am I? So when they come at you with their judgment, when they try to break you with their venomous words, remember this: they can't hurt you. They can't touch you. They can't reach the core of you. They might rage. They might destroy everything in their path in an attempt to break you. But it's all for nothing, because their rage is not your reality. Their chaos is not your storm. They cannot tear apart the truth you carry. They can only reveal how afraid they are of being exposed for who they truly are. And in their fear, they only make themselves weaker. But here's where it gets interesting. As they try to pull you down into the pit of their anger and deceit, there's a power you possess that they don't. The power of detachment. You can stand back and watch them flail in their desperation, trying to make you feel small, trying to hurt you, but you don't have to engage. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. The truth you carry is louder than any accusation they could throw at you, and it's stronger than any weapon they could use against you. You see, when you are aligned with the truth, you no longer need validation. You no longer need anyone else's approval. That's one of the greatest gifts that truth gives you. It frees you from the chains of others' opinions. You no longer need to please them, to meet their expectations, to be what they think you should be. You no longer need their permission to exist. And when you let go of that need, when you release the hold that others have on you, you become invincible. You are no longer bound by their view of who you should be. You are no longer a slave to their desires, their goals, their manipulations. You have stepped into your own light, and the moment you step into your own light, you will see that the world can do nothing but try to dim it, to extinguish it. The world will try to pull you back into darkness, back into confusion, back into the prison they once held you in. But you must never return to that place. You must stand firm in your truth. You must stand firm in your light and let nothing extinguish it. Let me tell you this, the world is full of people who will try to convince you that you're wrong. They will try to convince you that your truth is invalid, that your vision is distorted, that your path is flawed. But the truth is always valid, and the truth is always right, because it is real, it is unshakable, and it is yours. When you hold that truth in your heart, when you trust it with every fiber of your being, you become an unstoppable force. No one, no matter how hard they try, can stop someone who knows who they are and who stands unwavering in their truth. But let me warn you, the road ahead won't be easy. There will be many who will try to break you. They will try to undermine you. They will tell you that you're crazy, that you're wrong, that you don't know what you're talking about. But these words are empty. They are meaningless. They are designed to shake you, to make you question yourself, to make you second guess everything you've learned. They will do whatever it takes to make you feel like you are the problem, like you are the one who is lost. But you are not lost, you are found. And in your discovery of self, you've uncovered the ultimate weapon, clarity. You now see the world as it truly is, and because of that clarity, you are no longer bound by the illusions that others try to impose on you. You are free to move forward in the direction of your choosing, without fear, without hesitation, because you understand that your power lies in your ability to see things as they truly are. And when you see clearly, when you understand the game that is being played, you cannot be controlled. You cannot be manipulated. You cannot be broken. You know this now, don't you? You know that the chains that once held you in place, the ones that once bound you to the opinions and desires of others, are no longer relevant. Those chains no longer have any power over you. The world might try to tempt you back into its prison. It might try to drag you back into the web of lies that it spins so easily, but you must resist. You must refuse to return to that place. You must remember that your freedom is found in your truth, and your truth is the one thing that no one can ever take from you. But the question remains, what will you do with this power? How will you move forward now that you've seen the truth? Now that you've broken free from the illusions that once defined your world? You have a choice, a responsibility to create the life that is truly yours, to forge your own path, to live on your own terms. The truth is, you have already won. The moment you saw through their lies, the moment you broke free from their control, you won. You can walk away from all of it, from the people who tried to manipulate you, from the systems that tried to control you, from the world that tried to define you. You can walk away, and in walking away, you reclaim your life, you reclaim your soul, you reclaim your power. And that, my friend, is the greatest victory anyone can ever achieve. So, let them rage, let them be angry, let them scream into the void. It won't matter, because you are unstoppable, you are unbreakable, and nothing they do, nothing they say, will ever change that. You've seen the truth, and once you see the truth, there's no going back. There's no return to the shadows. You are free, you are powerful, and you are unstoppable. The world belongs to those who refuse to be controlled, to those who stand firm in their truth, to those who know that no matter how hard the world tries to tear them down, they will always rise again. So rise, keep rising, because you, my friend, are unstoppable. In the end, remember this: You are unstoppable because you hold the truth, and the truth is your greatest weapon. The world may try to break you, to manipulate you, to silence you, but it will never succeed because the strength you now possess comes from within. You have seen through the lies, broken free from their chains, and embraced your true power. Now, walk forward with confidence, knowing that nothing and no one can ever take away what you've discovered, your own unshakable truth. You are free, you are powerful, and you are unstoppable. Keep rising.